Alright, this video is for multi-view set number 2. I'm going to be creating the guide. This is the multi-view of the guide. So here it is right here. You can see we've got the front view, the right view, and the top view. This one they give you quite a bit of information, except every single view is actually missing some lines. So we'll go ahead and get into that as we start drawing it. First thing I'm going to do is kind of box this thing out. I believe the width is 13 boxes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 divided by 4, since there's a 1/4 inch, every square is a 1/4 inch, would be 3 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and start a line. I'm going to go ahead and draw this over here. Oop. My computer is freezing here. Here we go. Line 3.2, turn ortho on. 3.25. I'm going to go up, instead of boxing it out, I'm only going to go up a 1/2 inch. And the reason why I'm going to go up a 1/2 inch is this is a 1/2 inch right here. The height of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 1.75 if every box is a 1/4 inch. So 1.75. And then I'm going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also 1 3/4. 1.75. And now all I have to do is connect these 2 points right here with a line. People always ask me, what is the angle of this line? I really don't know. I mean, I can figure it out now that I have it, but all I did was draw this line up a 1/2 inch, draw this line over 1 3/4, and connect the 2 points. If I really wanted to know, I could go here and go to angular, and I could look at what is the angle between here and here. That's 130 degrees, or that's 50 degrees right there. So if you really wanted to know, you could figure it out, but this doesn't tell me that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a line over 1 inch. Then I'm going to go over my depth, which I believe is 2 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so that'd be 2 inches. Go up. Let's see. Well, this one I'm actually going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 1 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and stop that there. I'm going to go over to here, go up 1 1/4, and now I'm going to get rid of this line right here. So now I kind of have at least up to here. Now I need to put in those angled lines. So, you know, what you might do is I might go over, let's see, 1, 2 boxes and up 2 boxes. So you might do something like this. Go over a 1/2 inch and go up a 1/2 inch, and then I'd come back and just connect those 2 points right there and delete that right there. So if I want to do that on the other side, I can do that. Go over a 1/2 inch, go up a 1/2 inch, and then just connect these 2 points right here. And then I can delete those 2 right there. And then I can draw the line that connects those 2. And my right view is essentially done with what you see here. Obviously the hole's not represented, but we'll get to that later using the 45-degree miter line. So I just have the top view left to do. 1 inch. This thing's going to just be, you know, the same width obviously as the front view, so I can go to right there. Same depth, so it's 2 inches, and then come over here, hold my mouse there for a second, come down here and draw that rectangle, and that is done. So that is essentially my front view, my right view, and my top view kind of blocked out with what you see here. If I want to, I can go ahead and put in the slotted hole that you see right here. So it looks like it is centered 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes up, which makes sense because it's 8 boxes deep. So that does make sense that it's a midpoint. And if you haven't figured this out yet, you can just use the triangle, and I could draw kind of a line that goes across so you can see where the center points are going to be. The other thing is this is 1, 2 boxes over, so it's going to be a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to use offset, and I'm going to go 1/2 inch, and this is going to help me to get that point right there. And then this center point is 1, 2, 3, so it's 3/4 of an inch away. So I'm going to go offset again, 0.75, and I'm going to offset that line that I just made, and that is going to be the center point for my 2 circles. Okay, these have a diameter of a 1/2 inch because they're 2 boxes across. So I'm going to go ahead and hit circle, hit D, enter, 0.5, enter, and do the same thing here. Start here, D, enter, 0.5, enter. So there's what my holes look like. All I need to do is connect the quadrants. So connect from here to here. That's done. Hit enter. Connect from here to here. That's done. And now I can go ahead and clean this up. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of these 2 lines. I can trim out the middle portions of these circles right here. And you can see that I have my slotted hole right there. Okay, I think we already set this up, but just in case we didn't, go ahead and hit D, enter. You may or may not have set this up depending on which drawings you did. But you want to go to modify. You want to make sure that on the symbols and arrows tab that you are on line and that this says 0.09. If that's done, you can go ahead and hit close, and I can go ahead and go to the annotate tab. And I need to go to dimensions, and I need to find the, here's the annotate tab up here. I need to go to dimension, and I need to find the center line button, center mark button. And when I click on that, I can go ahead and hit here, hit enter, and hit here. You can see that those are both on the wrong layer. That's all on the wrong layer, so I can select all of these very carefully. Make sure you get all of the lines before you do this. Go back to my home tab, go to my layers, and change that to the center line layer. And that would look something like that. So that looks pretty good right there. So now my hole is done. Now it's just a matter of completing the views. Okay, so over here in the right side view, I can see a line right away that's missing, making sure I'm back on the object line or object layer. So I'm going to go ahead and go to line, and I'm going to project this point right here. And this point just goes across, and this would be a line that goes, straight across from there to there. And that's what that would look like in the right side view. So that helps me. Again, my hole is still not represented in the right view, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Another issue that you have here is this actually angles down, and you can tell that because it shows it right here. So I would need to actually project this point straight over until it goes from here, and then I'll just go past there, and this would look something like that. So you can see it angles downward on the side, and a lot of people miss this line right here. Other than that, I've got some work to do on the right side view. But in order to do this, I'm going to have to project this point up and over, so I'm going to need my 45-degree miter line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that right now. So I'm going to draw a line straight up. I'm going to draw a line straight over from the bottom of the top view. Remember, where those intersect, I need a 45-degree line. So there's my intersection. I'm going to type in 4 tab 45. So it does a 4-inch line at 45 degrees, and then that way you can see the miter line. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to project this point up. So I'm just going to draw a line up here, draw a line up from here, and then I'm going to draw lines over from this intersection right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do something like that. Same thing from this intersection, do something like that. Now I know that these obviously don't go this far, but I'm not entirely sure how far these do go. Okay, what is going to help me figure that out is actually my front view, and this point right here is going to get projected up, and it actually goes from here to here. And again, I have to trim this off. One of the settings that I could probably go in here and change is my object snap settings, and I could do I could look for intersection. A lot of times the intersection is not showing up for some reason, so I'm not sure why that's happening. I might be able to try a parent intersection and see if those will actually connect. Let me try this again and see if this will work, because it's getting kind of old having to trim each of these off. So if I go right here and I click there, and it's just not allowing me to snap right there. So I guess maybe the best way is to just go past and then trim it off. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. I can trim these guys off right here. I don't need those anymore. However, this is not done. This is not really what it looks like because you don't see the angle anywhere. Okay, so what you need in order to do that is you actually need this point right here. So you have to project this point up. So I'm just going to draw this from here to here. And really what I need is a line that goes from here to there and a line that goes from here to there. And it would look something like that, and I don't need this line anymore. I just needed that line to create those 2 points. So essentially this is what the top view looks like. So you can see it's kind of falling off, or it's angled downward from here to here, and it's angled downward from here to here, and it's angled forward, starting at this point it's angled downward. So there's actually a couple different angles, and sometimes people don't see those entirely. Okay, so what I need to do is turn these all into construction lines so they don't print. So that's done, and then I need to represent the hole in both the front view and the right view. So I'll go ahead and do the right side view first. I'll go ahead and turn on my hidden layer and go to line, and again I want to go to this. I want to zoom in and make sure I get this point right here. That should be good. And sometimes if it doesn't give it to you, you got to get in here and So I can always draw it if it's giving you fits, and you can just go farther than what you need. But make sure you are getting on the right point. So I can go here, and now I can just trim off what I don't need. So TR, enter, and I'll trim off just to right here. And the reason why I trim off to right there is now I can select both of these and just delete that, because I don't need those hidden lines going off of there. So TR, enter, and something happened where I didn't get that guy either. So that is the width of my slotted hole. Now I actually need 2 center lines for my slotted hole, because there are 2 center marks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to center line, go to line, use this to project this guy straight down. I'll just come past this guy, and same thing here. Use this guy, hold it down for a second, come straight down, and just go past a little bit. And what I can do is I can go offset 0.125, and I'm going to show you a different trick here, and I'm going to actually offset this guy too. These two I can trim because I already set these up. So TR, enter, and I can trim those guys, and I can delete that line. These two I can use a different tool, which is the exact opposite of trim. It's called extend. So I can go EX, enter, and I can click right here, and it's going to extend it to the next line that it grabs it onto. And that just keeps it from me having to drag up and make that 1/8 of an inch, and then I get rid of the line. So now my center lines are sticking out the proper amount. Okay. I need to do the same thing. I need a center line going through the center. So since I'm already on the center line layer, I can go over to here. There's my intersection right there. I can go here, and I can go there, and I can trim off this guy right here. And again, I can just grab onto the grip, and I can go up 1/8 of an inch, or if you like that extend option, you could use the extend option as well. Either one of those will work. Okay, so that would look something like that. Same idea, except I need to do the hidden lines, and we are about done. So line, go down here to the quadrant, making sure that that is projected properly. So right there, go down. That's going to look something like that. Same thing here. Go over, get the intersection, and now just trim off what I don't need. TR, enter, trim that, and trim that. And that would look something like that. And if you want to make those 2 lines, turn those into construction lines, you most certainly could as well. And that way you can at least see where everything's at. But this is the finished front view. This is the finished right view. This is the finished top view. And of course I've got my miter line. And in the next video we'll draw the isometric. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.